Should really be wearing gloves for this. So I've been driving a BMW F10 520D for the past 3 years now. It has 176,000 kilometers on the dash. So far, it's been one of the most reliable BMWs I could have ever had. Most of the money that has been spent on this car has been for oil change, brake pads. I've changed the brake discs. I've done like gearbox oil. I don't remember. The biggest issue I've ever had is, and this seems to be the case for all of the F10s. So there's a seal that prevents water from coming inside the car, especially rain, from coming inside the car. And that's the biggest issue I've ever had from this car. And that's not specifically to 520Ds. I heard like all F10s have this problem. And you have to change that every couple of years because the seal will get ruined and then water will just come to your back seats and it's a mess. I've had my pulley broken, which was my own fault because I've never actually checked it. The pulley was cracked for a long time and I didn't know that. So that's my own fault that it broke on me and it abandoned me on the side of the road. But so far I haven't had any issues. Could have been for any other car. I could have spent this money for any other car. I agree that the parts and the labor and sometimes some of the stuff is more expensive than other brands. But if there are no major issues with the car, it's not that much more expensive than any other car. How's my hair looking, by the way? So smooth now if you touch it. Why would you get a 520D instead of a 520i? That's the big question, right? That's the question I had when I first got this car. First of all, from what I know and I have experienced, diesel cars are more reliable. And depending on which country you live in, the diesel price could be a lot lower than petrol price. Compared to a 520i, this car has the same horsepower, but a lot more torque, which comes in really handy when you're cornering or taking off. Bro, this is so satisfying. Have you touched it yet?
No. Oh my god, it's so smooth.
Man, this is dirty as hell. Oh god, this is so dirty. Yeah, you can't really see it, but this is filthy. In terms of comfort, I don't think there's anything that comes even close to this for the same amount of money. I mean, the BMW adaptive suspension does a great job whenever you're driving around in town and you want to be comfortable, and whenever you put the car in sport, also does a great job at giving you a more sporty feeling. So if you want to just daily drive the car around town and you want something that is really comfortable, this would be a perfect choice for you. This BMW 520D is equipped with the BMW N47 engine, and it makes 184 horsepower at around 4,000 RPM, and it makes 370 Newton meters of torque at around 1.5 to 2,000 RPM, if I'm not mistaken. It does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 0 to 62 miles per hour in around 8 seconds, maybe 8.2 seconds. And the top speed, the fastest I've ever driven this car on a closed circuit is 231 kilometers per hour, which is, I think, the number that BMW states is the top speed of this car. I've already made a video on my channel testing the top speed, and 0 to 100 of this car. So if you haven't watched it, please click on the cards up here. In terms of features, there's a hidden feature in this car that I'm pretty sure most BMWs at least have that you may not know about. So let's say your window is down and your hand is outside, or maybe you are smoking, or someone accidentally presses the button. So let's say it's your passenger and you accidentally want to close the window. So this happens. Let's say your hand is out here. Your hand won't get chopped off, which I think comes in really handy.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah. So in this car, you have a couple of driving modes. First one is Sport. So what Sport does is that it will change your throttle response, your steering feel, and if you have the adaptive suspension, it will stiffen up your suspension and your ride. Sport Plus will be the same thing, but with limited driving stabilization. So it's basically your traction control, but halfway. Then you have traction completely off, which you would have to hold this for like 10 seconds and it will be, say, DSC deactivated. So that's basically your traction completely off if you're crazy and you want to do donuts or you want to really drift the car, which is a little harder than you would think in a low horsepower car, but you can definitely do it. We've actually made a video of that. If you haven't watched it, you can click on the cards and watch it. You have your comfort mode, and that comfort mode is basically your basic driving mode, and you can still drive fast and do your stuff, and it will be comfortable when you want it to be comfortable. Then you have Comfort Plus, which I've never driven this car in Comfort Plus, which is too numb for my taste. And then you have Eco Pro, which basically uses like no fuel. What's my final verdict on this car? If you're in the market for a second-hand BMW and your priority is comfort first, driving second, I would say the F10 520D is a good option for you. But if you're looking for more of a sporty feeling and you don't care as much about comfort and having a spacious interior, I would say go for the F33 series. That's the end of the video. If you liked it, like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on, and see you in the next one. Let me see, this car has no features. Did you record it?
Yeah.